Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warwick Hill TV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warwick Hill TV. Keep it locked.
Now, I'm gonna tell you. We, us as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? You see? Set the path for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this. Yes, I. Greetings once again at the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I first. You see it. Welcome all viewers and subscribers. Viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and make it help grow the platform. You don't know. You see it. Yeah. So, you know, it's a while we lament the speed with which the Jamaican police investigate the Chinese double slap way. It's only fitting for us to examine and look further into the case of our fellow Jamaican brethren who lost his somewhat, controversially. You see it? Now, the youth we are talking about in particular, see, I'm going to read him story in a minute. Peter Bernardo Spencer. You see it? I'm going to read him story and so that's the item get a fullness of what go on. You see it? So like me say, why we applaud the police with the speed by which them, taught them effort. It's just fitting. So the youth get liquid in a place in Pennsylvania, in America. You see it? I'm going to read the story so that's it. Yeah. So here we go. It's like looking down at someone who got hunted down. That's, the caption. All 9 bullets fired at slain Jamaican immigrant were from long distance, says medical expert hired by family after white shooter was let off claiming self-defense. You see it. The family of a Jamaican immigrant who was killed while at a white co-worker's Pennsylvania cabin has hired a renowned medical expert who says it appeared he was hunted down. Peter Bernardo Spencer, 29, of Pittsburgh, was shot 9 times, with 2 of the... I have to decline that one there. Yeah, was shot 9 times, with 2 of the bullet wounds to his buttocks and 1 through the neck, after being the only black man invited on a hunting trip with 4 other people to rural Rockland Township on December the 12th. Yo, mass up, you just ring me now, you cast that so link, see? As family continues to wait for answers from local police, they have hired a private investigator and medical examiner to look into the case. There are 9 shots fired beyond 24 inches of distance, or what we call long distance shots, said Dr. Cyril Wetch, who has investigating some of the country's highest profile deaths, including President John F. Kennedy, Elvis Presley, and John Benet Ramsey. It's like looking at someone who got hunted down, which is absolutely horrifying, which has not been allowed to inspect the body or been given a copy of the coroner's report, but has studied pictures of Spencer's wound provided by the embalmer. The medical expert explained that he needed the coroner's report to complete his work because the funeral home put a surgical instrument called trocar into Spencer's injuries, which destroyed the possibility of further investigations of the gunshot wounds. A 25-year-old co-worker who invited Spencer, reportedly admitted to police that he killed him in self-defense and was released by Bernardo County District Attorney Sean White. White has refused to identify the shooter or the other 3 people until investigation is complete. Police reported that all 4 men were questioned and released after being questioned by the DA's office. Well, kind of look suspicious. You release them before the investigation is complete, yet release them details because the investigation is not completed. Anyway, make we continue. See it. My initial thought is that it's absurd to talk about self-defense with 9 gunshot wounds when she told the Philadelphia Inquiry. Particularly, it sounds like 7 of them gunshot wounds in him back while he's running away. His family has called on the state's attorney general and federal officials to take over the investigation into Spencer's killing, which they claim was racially motivated. Civil rights attorney Paul Jobas, who is representing the family, has claimed that they are being stonewalled by the authorities investigating the case. You hear that, Jamaica? Luckily, we don't have them penchant there for stonewall investigation. See, we go for people with hurt foreigners and bring them in quickly. Now, we do it for ourselves. See it. We have only received unacceptable answers that don't make any sense, Jubas said. And they are now stonewalling us. They are preventing us from having any medical examiner, the best medical examiner in the country, do his work. There is no reason for that. So even something as simple as sharing their autopsy photos with our medical examiner, even something as small as that, they are refusing to cooperate with, he claimed. The family believe that there could be up to 7 shots in Spencer's back and buttocks area, 1 to his chest and 1 to the mouth/neck, but are unable to confirm until Welch received the photos from the coroner. Spencer's pregnant fiancée, Carmela King, dropped him off at the cabin around 2 p.m. last month and planned to pick him up a few hours later until she received a text shortly after driving away telling her that he planned to stay the night. The family's attorney told dailymail.com. She never got a response to the last text message she sent him. Okay, baby, be safe. I love you. Call me if you need me to come tonight. Carmela grew concerned and recruited Spencer's mother, Isilda Spencer Hunter, in her effort to attempt to contact him throughout the night. She even attempted to get in touch with her husband's co-worker and now suspect through social media, the family attorney said. Police responded to the fatal shooting around 2:30 a.m. when they found Spencer's body splayed out in the front yard. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Having not yet been informed of Spencer's death, King drove up to the secluded driveway to see her fiancé's dead body in the grass, surrounded by police, Jubas said. Well, the hunted down theory. No, well, it depends upon where them did there and where he might come from and where they all were. It doesn't necessarily mean say it started in the house. It could have been, see. But if it started in the house, the hunting don't see. It still is a hunt because most of the gunshot they went back anyway. See it. She remembered seeing Spencer's body lay on its left side, with his head pointed in the direction away from the residence, appearing as if he was headed towards roadway leaving the cabin when he was shot, the attorney told dailymail.com. So, she seen body in a position where he looked like he was running away, when he was shot. That seemed odd, really odd, you know. At the same moment, she received a call from Spencer's mother, who had just been notified of his death, Jubas explained. We have been told that there was an altercation and the people who shot him were in fear for their lives. But this makes no sense, as he was with 4 other white men when he was shot and killed. Spencer Hunter told the Gleaner, a Jamaican daily newspaper. Spencer, who immigrated to America in 2013, worked in construction and contracting and was invited to the cabin by a former colleague. He was the only black man on the camping trip. This was something they would do from time to time. They would go out to the woods together and shoot guns, drink beer, have a good time, Jubas said. But something went wrong this time. King expressed their anger online. He was the only black individual at the campsite and is being portrayed as the aggressor, King wrote on a GoFundMe account. She is expecting the couple's first child in June. He was a good man and his life mattered, King told the Washington Post. He deserved to be here to raise his child and to be the family man, the husband, and the hard-working man he desired to be. Tahida, the brother of the deceased, claimed that his sibling was slaughtered and killed in modern-day lynching on another GoFundMe account. My grieving brother, said Spencer, was murdered in cold blood in a backwater rural town where he was completely vulnerable and cut off from everything and everyone. Spencer was killed in one of the state's most rural areas, with just 1.1% of the population being black, according to the U.S. Census Bureau data. I just want to know why. That's really all I want to find out at this point, the brother told the WPXI. While Spencer's family and activist Scarfer answers, investigators say they are awaiting ballistics data and toxicology and laboratory test results, which are expected to be completed and submitted within 4 to 6 weeks. The state police Heritage Affairs team, which responds to hate or bias-related crimes, is involved in the investigation, but Spencer's death is not being investigated as a hate crime. Firearms, ballistics evidence, and controlled substance were recovered from the scene of the deadly crime. It appears to be a crime scene that had felonies all over it. So the idea that the police came upon a crime scene with a dead body and 4 people in secluded area with guns, drugs, and alcohol, and no one was arrested is insane, Jubas told DailyMail.com. DA White has urged the family to allow his office to conduct a proper investigation. This office also takes seriously any possibility that a crime may be fueled by hatred towards a person because of their race, color, religion, or national origin. Rest assured, the Venango County District Attorney Office will take every measure to ensure that justice is sought wherever it may be found, he said in a statement. Upon receipt of their report, the district attorney will review all available information prior to making a charging decision, the DA office said. The family, activists, and religious leaders have pointed to what they believe is a racist double standard. I would love to see a district attorney find a crime scene with a house full of black people, a white guy in the yard with 9 bullet holes, and then detain them and let them all go, Jubas said. I would love to see what the response is to that. That district attorney would be instantly out of office the next day. White America would not stand for that. Reverend Dale Snyder, a pastor at Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Pittsburgh, has led his congregation in calling for transparency in the investigation into Spencer's death. He explained that areas such as Venango County have a history of being known as sundown towns, communities which have purposely remained all white and use threats of violence to scare minorities from appearing in public after dark. The fact is, the historical context of all that this is what they would do during Jim Crow to bring blacks out to make them their prey. Snyder told the Washington Post, so we are trying to not come to any conclusion. But it's very hard when this happened back in December. As the family continued to wait for an answer, Spencer's mother just wants justice for her son. Do your work, Spencer Hunter urged authorities. If I don't get justice from man, then I know my God will certainly plead justice for me, for my son. That will never happen at all. I'm just trying to walk the walk and go through how the system works, she said. He has to get justice. He has to get justice. Spencer is remembered as a giving and loving man who fed the homeless, played basketball with neighborhood kids, worked in hopes to help his mother open her dream restaurant, and never hung up the phone without saying, I love you. You see it? Very heart-rending, heartbreaking story. You see, Jamaican family, me I look on the picture with some of the wound them, you know, we're not going to be able to share it. See? We're not going to be able to share it. Mass up that again, me ring him as me done. See, but you know, it's heartbreaking, and it only goes to show, you know, the level of effort where authorities put into finding our pain or our hurt, or, you know, when crimes against I and I happen, you see it as opposed to when it happened otherwise and to other people, as you can see in Jamaica today with how quick our police solved the crime with the Chinese them dead, and 130 odd people already passed for the year through crime and violence, and you know, it seems like there's no abating, particularly from the efforts or through the efforts of the police. You know, see it. So it's an insult because we see where they can do them job, and we see with this evidence, the Chinese investigation is evidence. You know, see. But anyway, you know, while we keep the mommy in our heart, and we hope say she get the justice where she deserve, and it's highly likely, the possibility is high, you know, see it, because now this time here, you know, see it. It's revelation, so it all will be revealed, right? It's out there in the public, you know, see it. So we see what will happen this time, because them things are hard to keep secret anymore, you know, see it. I'm going to have to stick to the construct of them code with them same one, you know, design. You know, see it. So we give thanks once again. See? Share, like, and subscribe. Blessed love.